What's up? All about cars here again with another video. How to check the fluids in your car. I think this video, the reason I'm uploading this video is I think it's going to be important for most of you guys to check fluids in the car, because you know, if you don't do that properly, well, you can screw your engine up. So I'm going to show you what to do in older, more modern and really modern cars, how to check the fluids. So what you're going to want to look for is the oil dipstick. Here it is on this engine. So my light's down. Alright, this one here where my finger is the oil dipstick. So what you want to do is just pull that out, and then you're going to find your oil on it. You're going to see your oil level on it. Now you're going to want to do this on a cold engine. Mine's been running, so it's obviously over the full mark, which if you're going to fill your engine up with oil, don't overfill it. So anyways, make sure it's a cold engine, pull your oil dipstick out and check it. And sometimes you might have to wipe the dipstick and stick it in. And I'll wipe this one so you guys can see what it's supposed to look like. Just wiping this. So as you can see, the full line there, and there's the low line, which is a bit hard to see, but you get the idea. So that's just, this is engine oil. So then you go back and stick it in the hole and push it in. Sometimes, some cars are this easy, some doesn't. Okay, so that's your oil. The other one you're going to want to check is your coolant. Now I've actually ran my car so I can't check, but I'll sort of show what you gotta do. You open up the cap, so you find your radiator, and then you look for the cap, the filling cap. Check your coolant now, and that's not the only place you're gonna want to check. You're also gonna want to check your overflow. So you'll see the hose going into it. You follow that hose all the way down, and you end up to your overflow tank, which mine is full, which is good. So that's your coolant. And then you have your brake fluid over here. So if I stick a light behind it, you can sort of get an idea of where the fluid's sitting. See the max line up there? And you see the brake fluid's just under it. You can check it like that. Some cars will have a screw to open it. And if you have an automatic transmission, you want to check your ATF. Which on my car, it's this one here. And you're gonna see, I can get some light for you guys. There we go. You got a hot marking on it. And you got a full and you got a low. If you're doing it on a hot transmission, check the level at the hot mark. If it's just cold, check it where the H and low is, and add more if necessary. So that's how you do it on an older car. So we can get to a newer car now, which is the video. I made a video about this one not too long ago. Just get to for it. Keys. Sensor locking as I mentioned. All the doors open. Check my other video out if you want to see more about this. Leave a comment what you want to see more of them about. I'm still going past my RC car. Okay. Also, this is pretty stupid, but to open your hood, that's the release latch right down there. Some cars they'll have it on a dash where you pull it and stuff. Some have like a little lever, but this one has a little latch. Just pull that out. Stick it back in there. So yeah, also leave a comment if you like my shifter. I installed that. I was going to make a video about how to install it, but I didn't. Probably would have been pretty entertaining for you guys, but anyways. So this one has gas struts, so you don't have to use that bar to keep the engine bay open like that one has. It's just got gas struts. This is the more modern engine. Coil ignition, it's fuel injected. So this one, it actually It's going to be a bit hard to see, but you can actually see where the fluid is there. So that's still okay. This is actually not, this car doesn't actually have a reserve like this one. You might think it is, but that's actually just for the washers on for the windshield. This one has the coolant reserve here built into the radiator, so that's good. Just make sure it's all good there. If your temperature's going up in your car, leave the cap out and let it run for a bit, and because there might be a bit of air in the engine and needs bleeding out the system, so you can do that if you're getting a bit of a high temperature. So on this car, you have your oil dipstick here. That red one there is your oil dipstick. Same as the other one, just pull it and check your oil. Pretty basic. And same with your brakes. Brakes is good. This is actually a manual, so you don't have to check your transmission fluid. Normally you'd have a dipstick somewhere around the back of the engine there. And yeah. So that's that. You can also, this car doesn't have it, but you can actually check your power steering fluid, which there's a power steering reservoir there. You want to check that sometimes if that's low. I'm not going to go through all that because I've already checked mine. I check mine every month. Check it every month, and you'd be safe as long as your fluids, as long as your engine's holding fluids and stuff. You're good. If it's losing it, well, you got a leak somewhere that needs to be fixed. So yeah, power steering isn't a major one. If you don't have any power steering fluid there, it's going to be a bit hard to turn your steering, but you're still going to make it home. I mean, of course, it's just going to be a bit harder. You just top it up when you get back, but make sure you got good engine oil and coolant in it, because if you don't, well, and brake fluid, you can't stop. Engine oil, well, you can't go because you're going to seize your engine up, and coolant, you're going to overheat and you can't go nowhere. So make sure you got those fluids all checked, and it's better to check it than be sorry. You can actually save it. You can save money. It costs you a fortune to change the motor on it. Of course, it wouldn't cost me a fortune. I just had to buy the motor and stick it in there, but some of you guys, you might actually have to pay someone to do it. I have all the tools, I have an engine crane there and all that. It's pretty easy. If I ever take an engine out and change one day, I'll make a video of it, because it's not that hard to do. You know, just disconnect a few hoses like radiator, a couple of wires, unplug it all, bag up all your bolts and stuff, remember where it all goes, take pictures if you need, and you'll get it done. Start it up for you guys so you can hear it. Also, this is my favourite car out of the three of them. This one and the one I'm in now, these are the high performance cars. V8s and V6s are kind of a thing of the past. I mean, 4-cylinder sports cars are becoming a thing now, and cheap to run. Watch this baby start right up. Oh. She's a beaut. Beautiful stereo, beautiful shifter. What more could you want? Just need power windows, to be honest. So if there's someone that's gonna start your car, like a lot of times, and you're not gonna drive far, make sure you leave your engine running a bit longer than you normally would. Because if you start your engine a little bit and then switch it off, your battery can end up going flat because your alternator won't charge. I bought the car actually with a new alternator here, so I don't actually have to put one. This one I did. I had one from the 4-cylinder that was in the car, so I put one of those in there. And charges a charm. Also, if you want to learn on a manual, I suggest like Mercedes or BMW, something that's going to feel good on the gears. You don't want something that's hard to get into gear and grinds gears all the time. And don't go to a car that's too old, because you want one with a hydraulic clutch. Makes it really easy to press the clutch, and you can avoid clutch slippage. So anyways, I'll turn this one off now and I'll get to the last car. It's warning me that my lights are on, which is a cool feature. Also, alright, hop out and I'll get you a video on the last car, which I've done the motor on completely. Alright. All doors locked. I'll just check top boot, because I've previously fixed the central locking on this car. All good. So yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, not just check your fluids, but actually change your fluids regularly. If you're gonna, well, your car's probably gonna need a service someday down the road, depending on how long it's been since you've had one. So keep up with your services. Try and get your engine up to 1 million if you can. That's my goal, at least. Don't go revving your engines like maniacs and stuff. You just blow them up and stuff. You don't get nothing out of it, just revving it like a spastic. So keep your engine in good shape, and if you look after your engine will look after you. That's one thing I can say. Alright. Last car. Probably the most complex. Still not too bad. I mean, still an engine under the bonnet. Just get my flash on so you guys can see. This one is the best luxury car we've got. So, beautiful central locking. Beautiful black interior. Smells so beautiful inside. Smells like leather. I'll start it up. No, actually, I'll show you first what I've done. Now, see this engine stand I've got here? In one of my videos, I had a video of this engine that's in this car on that engine stand, and actually reconditioned the motor. Right. So, if you actually search up a normal E46 N42 engine bay, the engine will look nothing like this. Put it on the line here. That is the engine. There's been like 1,000 hours of work going into this. You can actually see down there all the pulleys and stuff. They're being cleaned, sprayed. This one has a new alternator as well down there. It's a bit hard to see. Covers are all painted. People are probably going to be like, oh, you just sprayed the covers here, but no. This is genuinely being done. Like, the block is all sprayed red and stuff. This is actually being taken out of here. If I have proof, you can check on my previous video. It was actually on the engine stand over there. I had all the transmission out and stuff. This has been apart before. Head off. Honed the cylinders. Reseated the valve seats and stuff. So anyways, I get back to the video now about the oil and fluid and stuff. So this one has a dipstick as well, just like pretty much all cars. And you can see there's one little dent in there too. You want your oil to be up to the second one, which is the full zone. So make sure that's good. Not too hard to service these cars. I mean, you might think, oh, it's a BMW, it's gonna cost me a fortune to change the oil. It's really not. I mean, you just change the oil filter here. One bolt at the bottom of the engine drain, all your oil out. Put the bolt back in, new filter, top it up on the oil, and you're done. Same with really cool, and just drain it down, put new fluid in, easy. Power steering fluid, don't have to worry about too much, and brake fluid's a very important fluid as well, because without brake fluid you can't stop. So make sure you got good brake fluid. So I'll show you guys. See, the whole engine's been sprayed red under here, and all the pulleys and stuff have been sprayed and stuff. You can actually see my TDC mark down there, a little white paint, and then my top dead center, so I could put timing properly on the engine. So anyways, this is a different type of way to check your coolant around my car. So a bit of pressure might be in here, and I might leak a bit of water, but it's still okay. Oh, it's okay. So this one has this little rod, and it has two little balls on it, and if you look here, it shows you the maximum and the minimum. So when it's minimum, it's down to here, and when it's maximum, it's up there. You can actually see the water in there too, so make sure you got enough water in there, and don't have to worry. But you do have to worry if you don't have any actual antifreeze or coolant in there, because if you don't have that, then especially if you have an aluminium engine, it's gonna corrode the head and eat away at it, and that can cost you a fortune too. So if you keep up on your fluids, keep up on your services, you don't have to worry. And like I mentioned earlier, if you look after your engine will look after you. So enough blabbering. Shut the bonnet and show you guys how it works. Stick all my keys down. Alright, shut the bonnet up. Oops. Should we tighten that? Yeah, we're good. Also, it's need to clean. Alright. Show you what this beauty's made of. This one's nice and quiet, but both of these cars are both hotted up 4 cylinders. This one and that one, they're both hotted up 4 cylinders. You might think they're only 4 cylinders, but man, they go probably better than the V8, if you ask me. Alright, let's listen to this baby. Oh, runs so smooth. Got a fuel light though. That's alright. Shut the door, you won't even be able to hear the engine going. Very steady. Right there on the tacho, very steady. Power steering's beautiful. I have to fix this indicator, it ticks a bit too fast. That's good. Got a gear indicator on the dash. Go to manual mode. What you can actually do is slam the gear stick to the side and you go forward. M1 stands for manual 1. You can ratchet it back second, third, back to 1, back to drive, neutral, reverse, and park. Got the aircon here. Like this. The breeze. It's so freezing in here. I'm surprised icicles don't even hang off the roof. Oh, I wish you guys could feel how cold it is in here right now. It's beautiful. Can't even hear the engine. Steering is so easy. It's like you're not turning anything. That's BMW for you guys. Best cars, I say. Got a sunroof. Might be hard to see. Got a sunroof. Buttons and steering wheel for stereo, cruise control, and all that sort of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Chuck a comment, chuck a like, and as always, subscribe if you can. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.